Hello, everyone, and welcome to the BrickFeed Podcast. I'm Eljay.
I'm Meso.
X.
Is it supposed to be me? Oh,
I don't know. I don't know who's next.
No, dude, I'm always last.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm the exec trooper, yeah.
I'm Takuma Nuva. Okay.
Prpl.
Purple's not here.
No, she's here. She's here.
Who's not here, dude?
I have son of a gun.
Love the call.
And this is the BrickFeed Podcast.
Is it?
Episode 95.
She'll be here. I know she will be.
Neat.
I'm glad you have such faith in her as a person.
I do.
So, LJ, how are you this fine Friday evening?
Scrambled like eggs.
Alright.
Yeah.
Why is that? Tell us your plight.
Well, it's been a busy day. I'm finishing up
Freaking thumbnail isn't updated.
That's not my responsibility.
Nor is it mine.
Well,
You found the freaking thumbnail! What do you mean it's not your responsibility? Freaking change
you
it!
were the one who said you were going to do the thumbnail.
I did not, in fact, say any such thing. Also, you need to change it because I can't find my way to the live stream because YouTube's changed their settings. So,
Alright, well, I'll work on that while you tell your plight. Oh.
I have no plight. I'm freaking sunshine and rainbows right now.
That's unusual.
I got like nothing bad's going on with me today. Also, I found my way to the page, so I'll change it. Because I'm such a nice person. LJ can't be bothered to do anything. I mean, what?
Okay.
No. You set up the
Sure.
stream, you deserve thanks. But tell the audience why you've decided to fast all day and play Battlefront 2 instead.
It was not intentional fasting. I'm eating a banana.
oh,
It's just, I've been busy all day. I've had some other things that I have needed to attend to, so I haven't had an opportunity to eat food.
Did you attend to them?
Are you eating on the podcast, LJ?
Well, I was, but in just a few moments I'll be done.
And did you attend to those important things that were more important than food?
I mean, listen, I don't get hungry often. I thrive off of snacks.
That doesn't
We're
sound
like-
healthy at all, LJ.
We're alike in that regard.
Well, like I will eat. It's not an intentional thing. Don't worry. I don't have a I don't have a weight issue. It's like I'm not looking at Zenyatta from Overwatch and going, "There's my thinspiration." So
That's a nice segue.
you should start with Roadhog. Work your way down.
Yes.
I'd much rather not. But
Actually,
Yeah,
is
no.
Roadhog or Diva bigger?
well, we don't actually have an official height.
So can I just point out the way that we completely... I was going to say glossed over, didn't even gloss over that this is my first time on BrickFeed.
Whoa, you're
Takuma!
right.
95
Whatever.
episodes and Takuma is here. Yeah.
Are you sure? I feel like you've been here before.
Nope. Nope.
Not even that week when it was,
Nope. Never.
Envy and no?
So someone's got to update the wiki.
Yeah, no kidding. I love the... Okay, I have a love-hate relationship with the TTV wiki, as it were.
It's so inaccurate.
Well, it's like, well, some
Hilariously so.
things are inaccurate, some things are accurate, but my issues stem from formatting. And this is something I worked on a little bit. But the body of the cast members' pages, it's repetitious. A lot of it is very samey. Like, you can find that little blurb about us doing a live stream for 10,000 subscribers on practically every single one of our pages, which, A, I don't really think needs to be in any of our pages, and B, it shouldn't be in everyone at that.
I mean, it's a fan wiki anyway, though, right? So it's like,
I mean, I appreciate it. I love
are we really concerned about how these people who built the thing for them did it? I don't know.
LJ.
The answer is yes, by the way. I care.
Data, yes.
I like it. I'm very happy. I appreciate it. Another thing I really love is the TV Tropes page, which is excellent.
TV Jobs page is golden. I love that exists.
Yes.
I'm incredibly happy with that.
I love that website. It's great when you want to lose like 8 hours.
It's so tropey.
Uh,
It is indeed.
yeah.
But yeah, we have one, and it's well maintained and well kept.
Here, relaxing, and we get to talk about Lego now. And
Did anybody get any Lego sets?
no.
I didn't get any. I didn't get any Lego sets, but I do just want to quickly say that I did see the Han Solo movie, and I liked it, and it was a great movie, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. And then we can move on.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've heard the worst thing that I've heard said about the movie is just that it's kind of like pointless and didn't really like need to be made. There's
But
no
it's
one
good
out there
that
saying like
even though it's a
bad
pointless movie, it's a good pointless movie. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like the worst complaint people seem to have.
it's like a heist movie. It's neat.
I like heist movies, so hey, that's good. All right,
Yeah, Lego.
Lego. No one got any stuff. Fair enough.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Did you
I
say
did, but
Illuminati stuff?
I did get some Lego sets, but they relate to my secret project, so I can't talk about it. But I
Dun,
will.
dun,
I
dun.
will hint at it.
Your secret project that's super obvious if you follow his Twitter. I mean, well,
I did
that's-
actually get 3 of
I
those
said that.
new collectible minifigure series. The one with the policeman in it. I got the dragon, the little girl with the balloon, and the girl in the cat costume.
Ah, no! You got the worst.
I got a little
one.
bit of everything in there, you know.
You got the worst.
Well,
You
I
should
got the
go to the cat
dragon, and
girl
the dragon's
at,
the coolest
Brick Fair.
one. So, I'll
Yeah.
I'll take that as like a good thing.
Next
Okay.
time you meet LJX, give him the cat girl.
Do not,
I'll throw it at him.
dude. I will
Infected.
Solic that thing. I'll cut it in half with a chainsaw.
I'll get like 20 and then just continuously drop them on you throughout the entire trip. There you go.
Which
That'll be the plan.
I guess this is as good a time as any to mention. If you're going to Brick Fair, Virginia, in Chantilly, Virginia, August 1st to the 6th, if you are an exhibitor, but 5th to the... Wait, is it 5th to the 6th or 4th to the 5th?
You should know, Mr. Expert.
Yeah.
Well, what's the Saturday and Sunday?
Okay. It's,
Answer: 4th and 5th.
Yeah, there you go. It's the 4th and 5th. It's a Saturday and Sunday. And if you're going, myself, Tenebrae Invictus, and Dead Motora will all be there. I'll be handing out comics. I highly recommend you go. It is a fun time had for all, unless you're in a little cubicle with a bunch of people angry at you. In that case, it's not as advantageous to be there. But this year's going to be a lot of fun. So you
I'm
should
hoping to be there. It all just kind of depends on how this house situation goes.
You should go there, dude.
Everyone should go to Brick Fair. It's a
I'm
very-
just saying, you know, if like I get a house and I'm closing on it right around that time, and or I don't have money after buying a house, I can't really justify going.
money.
Yeah, money, Meso. It's this useful thing that you go out and work for, or you just sit around at home and collect it from the government, which really just means you're collecting from other people. That's another story entirely.
So,
Wow.
Lego.
Thank you, Takuma.
But,
Yes.
yeah. No, Brick Fair's great. I highly recommend it. They actually just announced today, Brick Fair, North Carolina. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that is March 23rd to the 24th. It's going to be this 2019, as opposed to next 2019. But that's going to be
Alright.
something interesting to see. We should go to that one, too.
Get hype!
In the meantime, though,
Yay.
you're just... good job. Good try, Meso.
I'm
Alright.
hyped.
Anyway, let's get to the topic at hand. I think everybody knows what we're
And
going to really be
hold up.
discussing.
What? Before we go to the big one, start with the smallest. Work way up.
The Lego Movie 2 got a title.
What's it called?
It's the Lego Movie 2, the second part.
I don't like it when they name movies part because I want a movie to be able to hold on its own, and it's just like, hey, we're gonna watch what are we watching tonight? Oh, we're watching insert title part 2. It's just like, oh,
I like this one because it's a Lego punch.
Yeah.
The second
oh
part.
yeah.
Like or
I
like
probably
a
just
second piece
completely
would be
missed
better.
that just
Yeah.
now.
It's
No.
like multi-layered. Also, I believe this is old news, but I don't know if we ever officially mentioned it on a podcast. But the official release date is February 8th, 2019.
Which is
I forget when.
pretty much
that was.
in line.
It is definitely in line. So, get the hype train going for that. The thing with the Lego movie, the second part, is it's essentially make or break for the LCU, in my eyes. With the way already the future of the billion brick race is uncertain. To
I don't
one
even
that
know
says,
what
"What's
that's
that?"
supposed to be.
You're not alone. They haven't talked about it at all, other than it's supposedly the next movie coming, but we've heard not a thing about it, which implies to me that it could very easily get dropped and or canceled, depending on how things go.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But just, if you care about these movies at all, you gotta go see the LEGO Movie 2. You have to do it.
Anyone else have anything to say before I move on into not the main topic? Because now I feel offended, and I have some other things that I want to bring up before that.
That's fine. I thought of another thing as well.
Good. Well, I thought of 2 more things in the time it took you to think of that one more thing.
Oh, impressive!
Yeah, I know! No, I'm kidding.
Bring it up. Go.
Okay. You go with your thing, because it's only one thing.
Okay, so Ninjago Season 9, aka the official title, as revealed on Twitter, Ninjago Hunted.
Ooh.
Edgy.
Very, very edgy. We're going to get a trailer for that this week. By the time this video comes out on YouTube, it's probably already going to be out. So we're going to probably talk about it in the next episode. But we actually already got a trailer of some kind that we've neglected to mention. It's not the one that's going to be released. It's like, I think, in Japanese. And if you don't want to get spoiled on certain things, and you're going to wait for the official trailer, you totally have that prerogative. But I'm going to include a link to the trailer in question in the description of this video. You can just search up LEGO Ninjago Season 9 on YouTube. It's like right there. It's very interesting. It shows a lot. Australia, I'm not sure if we've talked about it as of yet, is June 30th. That's not America, again, to reiterate, just Australia. However, you can expect us to resume our Ninjago cast discussions of Ninjago Hunted once that date rolls around. That's all I have to say.
Cool. I'm looking forward to it. Like, actually. Alright, so for anyone who's in the Ninjago City docks, and we actually discussed that on the TTV podcast last week, so if you're interested to hear our thoughts about that, highly recommend going out and checking that episode. We're not going to be talking about it here because we already discussed it then, but they're both fantastic. Wonderful references. I love them. I'm going to get that set, and I'm glad I saved
hate them.
They're
Kicking sand into the eyes of Bionicle's corpse.
Okay, Peel and Neck.
They're very insulting references. No, I'm kidding.
So, another thing, for any fans of Technic, more specifically the Technic vehicles, we did get a teaser from LEGO about the Bugatti Chiron, and it is another Technic vehicle. It is going to be revealed live from the LEGO house on June 1st. So keep an eye out for that.
Show us a picture of this Bugatti. I want to see it.
It's under wraps.
Oh, fine.
A Belgian store competition reveals a quote-unquote rare Jurassic World set, a limited 100 edition set when you buy any Jurassic World set in store. It's a Belgian store called Dreamland, so if you're Belgian, then it's basically a T-Rex on a stand. It's kind of weird.
I want to see it. Show us a picture.
It's like a Funko Pop gimmick.
Yeah, no, here that is. And
it's like, why?
It's a small picture, so I'm not going to put it up on screen just now. You can go ahead and find it in the articles I'm referring to on Brickset, which they do a fantastic job covering news. It's a small picture. It's hard to see. It's not worth getting up on the screen right now, but go ahead and check that out there. The final
that thing is going to be a fortune on Bricklink.
Seriously. The final thing I wanted to talk about before we get to the big topic of discussion is a Netflix original documentary series called The Toys That Made Us. Now, it is...
I wasn't made by no toy.
Evidently. This is a documentary series going over, toy franchises such as Star Wars, Barbie, so on and so forth. They recently came out with Season 2, and Episode 3 is about LEGO. Now, I went ahead and I kind of skimmed through it a bit. I haven't seen the full one. A lot of it is kind of summarized from brick by brick, in a sense. I think they have the guy who wrote Brick by Brick on to discuss some topics. BIONICLE is featured, They do talk about BIONICLE in a limited capacity. They do talk about how it saved the company. Again, it's all kind of summarized, paraphrased. You can get far better detail in the book Brick by Brick. I think that BIONICLE fans are going to be a little upset about it. I don't think that a lot of people are going to be happy if they watched it.
Why? It deserves more time?
Yeah, just tell us why.
Because while it does talk about BIONICLE, it does explain some small kind of basic rudimentary stuff about Generation 1, 2001. All the imagery is G2. Ripped straight. It rips it straight from the G2 commercials, Journey to 1, and the online animations.
Oh my god.
Even though they're talking primarily about the original story. And
this is what BIONICLE fans have, like, issues with stuff like this.
So, while I'm of two minds, I appreciate the fact that it was featured. It is rightfully called the toy that saved LEGO, which is a quote from one of the higher-ups in LEGO. Obviously, there's a lot of internal discussion and debate about that. They briefly touch upon the fact that there is a little bit of a quarrel with some folks in LEGO and in fan bases, how, well, it's construction, it's not real LEGO. I think the guy even goes on to say that inside of LEGO and even outside of it, there's kind of almost this religious cult. It was formed around system and being a system purist. And that's kind of...
Oh, no, like, if you go to conventions like Brick Fair, even though there's a lot of stuff at the BIONICLE table, it is kind of like the redheaded stepchild at the convention.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone else is using system, and, like, that is not LEGO.
Yeah, and I find that to be an absolutely ridiculous standpoint. I still want somebody to debate on my show that perspective. It frustrates me that
I pray to system every night. I'll debate you.
Okay.
All hail purism.
I would recommend checking it out anyway. More than that, I would absolutely encourage you to buy Brick by Brick. It's a phenomenal read. The individual that wrote it, let me get his name in just a second. It's
wow, you didn't come prepared.
David C. Robertson. I think he does a great job writing the book. It's very entertaining, even though it goes into a lot of the market-related dealings, a lot of business stuff. Super fascinating, super entertaining book. Highly recommend it, and gives BIONICLE an entire chapter outlining why it was such a great success and why it's so important. So,
well, there you go.
Okay. Anyone else got anything else to add before we move on to the big fish in the pond?
Nope.
Nah, I'm good, man.
LEGO... No, Meso, you say it. You have a way of saying it.
Hashtag LEGO Overwatch.
Yep. LEGO has officially gotten Overwatch's license.
Yes.
This
is a big freaking deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Overwatch had a license. It's only 2 years old. That's not old enough to drive.
Oh my god.
That laugh.
Yeah, I'm freaking hilarious.
You are.
So
yes,
hang on.
It's a huge deal.
So I need to try something real quick. Thankfully, though, LEGO has decided to drop the worst character from the theme, Farah and Junkrat. So the both of them are not.
What?
There we go! Gotcha, sucker!
Hello, Prpl.
Get
Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Bye.
Rickety Rick.
Nope, it still counts because now I have her in the video and speaking. So.
Well done.
Well being, my friend.
Yeah.
But yes, Overwatch LEGO is a big deal because it's a first-person shooter game. That's a very different thing than what
It's straight up violence.
How does it? Because I think, does Overwatch have no blood whatsoever?
It has blood.
Apparently, that's a controversy.
Controversy? There's no controversy.
There are people.
Overwatch has blood. Anyone who says it doesn't must have their settings way too low, or they're lying, or they're just freaking stupid.
I was Googling it yesterday after you and Envy were discussing it. A lot of people think it has no blood. And personally speaking, I've never seen any blood.
Load up the game, go up to a Roadhog, like as a diva, just start shooting him point blank. You will see little blood splashes.
I believe you.
No,
It's not like TF2 levels of giblets and body parts flying everywhere. Heavens no. But there is blood, and I'm pretty sure if you shoot Bastion, it's like oil goes spurting. I'm not 100% on that though.
No, it is. They even had to fix that at one point.
I didn't even think in a million years though that we would actually get the Overwatch license. Like
No,
I'm still
no
very,
way.
very skeptical until I actually see some sets.
Yeah. We
Skeptical that
definitely.
it's quality or that it's happening?
Both.
Because a set designer's already confirmed that Nabi over on Your Bricks. I worked on these sets. I think that's Mark
Oh
Stafford.
yeah, like I know there will be play sets and stuff, but you know,
6 sets.
we'll see
I'm
how
not-
those are.
Not sure if that's Mark Stafford or not. I follow him on Twitter. Let me check.
Alright. Here's his official statement. There was a big internal discussion about basing things on an FPS, but Overwatch has no blood, no realistic weapons except maybe McCree, and a fantastic story universe with wonderful heroes and villains. Also, Blizzard had big plans for the future, which excited us, aka the future of Overwatch. I've been a player since beta, so I was incredibly excited to be part of it. For now, that's all I can say, but I'll be back in the future and we'll probably answer a few questions at that time, a month or 3 from now when things start to officially surface.
Okay.
The article initially states 6 system sets to be released in 2019, presumably January, of different price points. So that's all we know.
Dude, I'm gonna wind up buying all these sets and just like building Watchpoint Gibraltar on my desk at work.
Yeah.
You won't even be able to. I won't even be able to see the screens. I won't get any work done.
Real quick.
And like there'll be characters just all over the place, jumping everywhere. The only thing on the payload would be one Zenyatta.
Incredible.
It is Mark Stafford.
All right.
So,
Straight
and
from
to give people kind of an idea of what he has worked on, he worked on at the very least, the final wave of Exoforce. He had like Dark Panther, the Arachnoid Stalker, to name one. He worked on Agents in 2008, Power Miners in 2009, pretty heavily Power Miners. Space Police 3, also in 2009, he did a lot there. As well as Atlantis. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these are very vehicle-centric. A lot of these are mechs. There are a couple of kind of more playset-esque elements to some of these, but a lot of them, the majority are vehicles and mechs, and they're all system. So, that's probably what we're looking at here. It's more than likely going to be a system theme, as opposed to brickheads or construction.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind
totally
a couple
fine
brickheads though.
Nor would I. And I'm beyond excited for this. I am bouncing off the walls with excitement for this. Number one, because I think the sets are going to be good. But number two, I'm just very excited about this theme getting picked up because of what it could mean for the future if it sells well, if it actually gets expanded beyond just 6 system sets. Because, okay, sure, there are many figure-based.
Oh, these are going to sell like crazy.
But Overwatch's characters and its world, they could work for everything. Like you could have system sets, sure, with minifigures. You could have brickheads. You could have construction figures, characters like Reinhardt, Reaper, Bastion, Pharah. Everyone could work well. You could have collectible minifigure packs. I think you could do it with the skins, but even if you don't go that route, you could just have different variations of the characters. There's enough different aesthetic designs. You could do all sorts of crazy stuff. You could have like OG Reyes. I bet Fwef would go nuts over that. You know,
Who?
all the old Overwatch people. Reyes.
No, the other person you mentioned.
Oh.
Lego is basically. I feel like Lego's basically going to be printing money with this.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
agree.
no way this does poorly.
But Takuma, Overwatch is dying. Says people in our comments section. A surprisingly large amount of people on the Overwatch news video.
Because
It's
people in
dying.
our comments
Well,
section
that's
are a
mostly
bunch
regarding
of.
the game, though. Like, Overwatch as an IP is incredibly strong, and their merchandise, you know, like, it's the reason why it's being picked up by Lego now, you know.
The fact that it's being picked up by Lego at all is shocking.
It's literally
Yeah,
shocking.
It is very out of this world. No idea how that happened, but you know, I'll wait and see until I see the sets before I'm still just very skeptical.
It was kind of interesting because this came I think it was the same day or the day after I was at work and I was listening to the interview with Kevin Hinkle because since I couldn't be a part of it, and you guys were talking about the Lego ideas and the bomber plane, or not the bomber plane, but the stealth plane.
The SR-71
Kevin Hinkle's like, if it looks military and random person's mom or grandma sees it on the shelf, like, oh, that, and then boom, the Overwatch announcement comes out, and we're like, okay.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, and I think that Mr. Stafford has a bit of an interesting point in his post. He says no realistic weapons except maybe McCree. And I believe that he's correct in this. Like you see, my background includes playing a lot of Call of Duty, so I'm a little bit of a weapons expert myself. Modern Warfare 1,
Yes.
2, and 3, as well as Black Ops. Wow, I'm well-versed. But I think he's right. There's nothing I recognize. I don't think there's anything that could be construed as militaristic, and LEGO only cares about the appearance, not the functionality of literally any of them.
I guess that's probably a big thing with
Yeah.
the Overwatch. That's just very characterized, It has,
Yeah.
Very stylized, cartoony.
You're totally right. I just have like a few minor exceptions, like
Name it.
Bastion.
Bastion?
Like I don't care, military, whatever. But if I was a kid and I saw like Bastion, it's a tank. I
mean,
can
he
tell
can
that
be.
that's
it's
a tank.
it's a very stylized.
It's a stylized tank to be
Yeah.
sure, but it has a freaking gun.
It's a tank if it's in tank mode.
He has a chain gun.
Does not have a chain gun. What you
It
want to
does,
say,
though.
what
He
you're
has, like, a
saying is what
minigun
AT has
slash
said.
chain gun
He
slash-
has a minigun, which LEGO has had in several different sets before.
There you go. Or more hypocrisy.
dinosaurs.
Well, no, it's not.
Like,
I mean, it's
I'm
a
not
precedent.
complaining. I'm just simply saying I believe they are very selective with what guns they allow and what guns they don't allow. I totally see the merit of not having like an AK-47 in a Lego set or whatever, or like and have it be recognized, designed, and colorized as such. But I also believe there is a certain degree of separation between a realistic, you use the word military, I use the word realistic, both to the average Joe parent, but that conveys the same thing. Between a real-life weapon and a cartoonized, stylized weapon. It's why they've typically strayed with lasers in the past. Even guns that look realistic or realistic-ish fire lasers.
See,
Overwatch guns do not. They fire bullets. They're reloadable. They have
the
magazines.
problem is, again, they care about appearance, and none of Overwatch's weaponry look realistic. And again, with the exception of McCree's, it's colored like a revolver. It looks like a revolver. Thankfully, LEGO already has a revolver. See, the thing they care about most is contemporary war weapons. They don't want stuff that you would see in a military action game like Call of Duty or Battlefield. They don't want stuff that you'd see in a film, like some military film. They don't want stuff like that. If it's like way, way, way old, or not on a in a military shooter, you're more than likely to see it in the case of Batman sets with Tommy guns, like them old gangsters, like, hey, capiche? I'm gonna make us sleep with the fishes tonight, bub.
Or the highwaymen who had like the dual flintlock pistol.
Yeah, and the other thing is, Overwatch has something over another theme that LEGO already owns a license to that does not get away with this excuse outside of they fire lasers. And Peel Akar in the studio audience, he called it Star Wars. Those guns are colored black. Overwatch doesn't have black guns. If you look at it and you go, oh, hey, look, they have guns. Overwatch, they look like water guns. They're all brightly
Nerf
colored.
guns?
Nerf guns, there we go. And
Overwatch doesn't have black guns. LJ.
okay, here we go. So, you see, Meso.
Hey man, black guns matter.
Hold on. Meso, you want to hear my reasoning for this one?
Go on.
Those are gunmetal.
Oh my god. Okay, fine.
But, yeah, here we
Wait,
go.
am I unmuted?
Yes.
You're
you
not
dork.
been muted, I don't think.
Wow.
But, But yeah, so it's like you can look at Overwatch weaponry on a Lego scale and go, oh, hey, look, that looks like a toy. It looks very toyish. Star Wars, unless you're familiar with Star Wars enough to know that it's all lasers, if you're like this old grandmother who wasn't a fan of it when it came out, it's like, oh my, look at all the little people with their, oh my goodness, black guns. I'm not getting Timothy this set for Christmas. It's like, I
knew poor
Timothy, man.
I
mean,
think
really,
that
at this
Lego...
point, I'd expect less from Grandma and more from like new millennial parent.
We're not going to get into this, but
I saw a great tweet earlier from the one unrelated to this, but I'm gonna find it. Go on.
But it's like, yeah. So I think Lego has a lot of leeway Jenkins leeway here. The thing that surprises me is that it is a first-person shooter, and I remember we got sent a document a long time ago. Basically, Lego's kind of theme values, or something to that effect, and they outlined a few reasons why they would not pick up a license, like no guns, no gore and violence, so you're not going to see zombie stuff anytime soon with like a bunch of bloods and guts spilling out. And they specifically
nothing terribly adult themed. They specifically listed no first person shooters, no FPS, period.
Yep.
And I guess that's been kind of broken by 3 different themes. Portal, Minecraft, and now Overwatch.
Even Star Wars, if you count it, because they made a Battlefront set.
That's true.
Portal and Minecraft are first-person games. I would not call them first-person shooters.
Yeah, just because it's first person doesn't make it.
Well,
you know, that's a valid argument.
I mean, first-person shooter, they still classify. Because, yeah,
I don't think Minecraft... Does Minecraft classify as like a first-person shooter?
Got a bow and arrow.
Finding the shells.
Got a bow and arrow.
Can you shoot in first person? I guess you can.
Oh boy!
You can.
I mean, it's a gray area every way around, you know.
No, you got a bow and arrow. You can.
That doesn't make it a first-person shooter.
But you're shooting an arrow.
You shoot the arrow, like technically, but also, I wouldn't say you could classify the entire game as.
I mean, Overwatch has verticality and things you can jump on. I wouldn't call it a platformer.
Yeah.
First-person shooter. Let's look up the definition.
Oh God!
Because I
That's
guess
not the point, though. The point is that it just goes either way. Like, you can make the same arguments for it being a first-person shooter as like it being a first-person shooter, or like. Whatever.
I think that they all classify. First-person shooter is a video game genre centered around gun and other weapon-based combat in a first-person perspective.
You know, I don't care.
Well, Lego cares.
Let's just move on.
I do not think that Lego cares in that sense.
We're splitting hairs at this point.
I do not think Lego cares about bow and arrows. You know, the only reason why they would object to FPS games is because of firearms.
Contemporary war weapons, yeah.
And violence.
Which Overwatch has plenty of.
That's the whole point of Overwatch.
So, it's a shock. It's definitely... I feel like this must have been how a lot of people felt in the early 2000s when BIONICLE first became a thing, and Templar Studios put out that animation of Liwa versus Onua, which was a pretty groundbreaking thing for LEGO, because it was the first... LEGO had told Templar... Do not have any of the characters fighting. Don't have them fight one-on-one. And here's Liwa versus Onua. Weapons clashing. You hear the sound effects. Onua and Liwa are punching each other around. It's a very visceral fight. And, you know, it was... I
mean, you say that, and yeah, we get that feeling from it, but at the same time, most of it was done in the dark with just, like, some slashy effects, and there was, like, frames with a flash.
I know what you mean.
I don't think we actually ever saw a punch thrown and
leave the flash out of this.
It kind of, honestly, this might be a bit of a tangent, but it kind of reminds me of like cartoons back in the late 80s, early 90s, where you couldn't say words like death, die, dead, and so there's like an episode of the Spider. Yeah, there's a perfect example of this is an episode of a Spider-Man cartoon where Spider-Man's like, wait, you don't mean to tell me, and before he can, or you don't mean to tell me that they are, and before he can say dead or dies or whatever, the Green Goblin like cuts him off and is like, "Oh yes, they are."
Nice.
So, very, very dancing around it and kind of pushing the envelope without explicitly doing the thing they were told no.
Yeah. I mean, things have changed a lot, and Ninjago is a prime example of this. And when I watched the latest season, Sons of Garmadon, like I was getting edgier in their presentation, just dealing with slightly more mature theming. You know, they don't have any qualms about saying certain words or doing certain things. This is a natural like evolution of that, though definitely a larger one than anything we've seen prior. And don't get me wrong, just because I keep going like, oh, it's hypocrisy or whatever. If anyone from LEGO ever listens to this, thank you. I love Overwatch. I'm insanely grateful you're doing this.
He's
just
very
discussing protocols and whatnot. I am beyond hyped.
He's very angry that you guys decided to pick this license up.
Shut your face!
Who is?
I mean, he's just memeing. I'm not angry at all.
Like, oh, he really wishes you guys could have gotten Terraria. That would have been a much better use of your resources.
Yes, certainly.
I just want a Warframe construction line. That would be the best.
That's funny.
That.
It would never happen, but it would be the
They're
best.
too abstract. Now here's the important Overwatch question. We've had a discussion about this off air. I want to repeat it on air. Reinhardt, Axel Fig or brick built figure?
Brick built.
Axel Fig.
Brick built or Riot?
Axel Fig.
If they
Someone
want
already
any
made a
semblance
mock-up.
of accuracy, Reinhardt can't be an Axel Fig because that would make Roadhog bigger than him, and that's not how it is. Because Roadhog's got to be a big fig no matter which way you cut the cake, so Reinhardt cannot be smaller than a big fig.
I don't think they're going to care too much about that.
I don't think Roadhog has to be a big fig.
I think he does.
If Roadhog isn't a big fig, he will be a minifigure, and then Reinhardt can be an Axel figure.
I mean, I could definitely
also presumes all characters will be made.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is, honestly, I don't see. We're not gonna see every single one, and Roadhog and Reinhardt are two I wouldn't put at the top of the list of must-have characters.
I think we will get every single one if the theme does well.
If the theme does well, it goes on long enough, sure.
But you're
But
right,
for
they're not
initial
going
wave
to
of
fit them
6
all
sets?
into this
No.
first 6, no. Here, there's a dude on YouTube, WM Costumes 54, and he created these Uprising Overwatch skins that you should put on the screen for discussion's sake. They're just his interpretations of Mercy, Tracer, Torbjorn, and Reinhardt to kind of show what Reinhardt could look like as an Axel fig.
Apparently, real freaking ugly.
Listen, first of all, it's a custom. Don't be harsh.
You
Second,
can make good customs.
I know, but like
I'm just kidding. It's recognizable.
And I think height obviously might be a concern, but I think that Reinhardt gets the look across very well in a way that's unique to him. I would not be dissatisfied whatsoever if Reinhardt looked like that.
I've got it up on screen now.
I don't know about you, but
I mean, I wouldn't either. I think that this is perfectly fine. I like the Axel figure. I think that this is a good proportion for Reinhardt. I have the problem is, I state again, he has to be larger than Roadhog, or an equivalent size.
If they care about size, which they might not.
I think they
might.
will. I think that they're going to do
Minifigs aren't exactly the most nuanced in terms of size.
I think that they're going to do a fairly decent job trying to replicate their size and relative height. Like this, I'd be content with this. Reinhardt as the Axel fig, Torbjorn with the short legs. I think that's perfectly reasonable.
I mean, I think here's a good way to put it into perspective. Like, Junkrat is going to be the same size as May. I don't think there's any disagreement about that. And Junkrat is...
I don't know. I could see May being done with short legs.
I mean, I can keep going with Lucio.
I doubt it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Okay, fair. For the sake of discussion, Junkrat is going to be the same size as Tracer. And Junkrat is 1 2 inches higher in height than Tracer, whereas Reinhardt is only 1 inch taller than Roadhog.
We have depicted
So
in minifigures like characters of different heights etc. Lots of times before. It hasn't been an issue.
If LEGO is going to not worry about making Junkrat taller than those characters, I do not think they will be too concerned about making Reinhardt taller.
Well, it's all a matter of silhouette. Because even though, like, Junkrat is that tall, and he is very tall, he doesn't appear it because in game he slouches, he hunches over. He's kind of like a goblin in that regard. So, that being the case, they're going to worry more about larger characters being more distinct, I feel. And I think that if Reinhardt is not an Axel figure, he will be brick built.
Alright. We shall see. Diva definitely will be. She'll probably be a mixel jointed mech. And people are like, how are they going to do Orisa, says Magic Ninja. Has LEGO even made a Centauri? They could do her very easily.
She'll be brick built almost entirely.
Yeah.
The
if
real
she ever
question,
does get made, that is, but yes.
Yeah, if she gets made.
I'm curious about Zenyatta, how they would pull him off.
Very carefully.
Well, I assume
I could almost see like regular torso and head, just brick belt, quote unquote legs.
Or a new piece.
I mean, sure, it could be a new piece, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did some sort of like simple brick belt thing, and then put them on like a.
To see, I think that they're going to be great. LEGO usually does a really good job at adaptions. I think Minecraft is a particularly strong one. Some people mention Lord of the Rings. I think this is going to be really good. I'm super excited to see them in a few months.
What are set hopes? Anyone's expectations for this specific
I can vault.
No expectations. I'll just see what happens.
I want a Retribution set where you can yeet Antonio out the window with a function. I have to say that because Fluff isn't here. I have to say it for her, but think about it. You have the Retribution crew and Antonio, and you can just like press a button and just launch him out. It'd be great.
Yeah,
I don't see them doing event-specific sets to start with. They'd probably want to do something that's a little more, quote-unquote, evergreen.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that at the very least, we'll probably get a set regarding King's Row. I hope that we would get one about Hikenvold.
I could see King's Row with Tracer and Widowmaker. I kind of want to. I could see Watchpoint Gibraltar with Reaper, possibly with Reaper and Winston.
I think AT brings up a really good one, Genji versus Hanzo, so we'd probably get a Hanamura.
Yeah,
that's
making
kind of what I
sets
was
based off
thinking.
the shorts is basically a given.
Genji versus Hanzo's gotta be one. If they don't have Hanamura with Genji and Hanzo, I would be straight up shocked.
Yeah.
Even more shocked than I would be at the announcement of Overwatch LEGO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. This is kind of like the best of both worlds. We'll finally
What
get
about the
Flef
original
back.
trailer? What if they have like Doomfist exhibit, where it's Widow, Reaper, Tracer, Winston, and the Doomfist centerpiece?
I can totally see that. I can also see them doing a set based off Numbani where like you push the payload and the payload has the Doomfist gauntlet inside, and the set function is you have to like crack open the payload to like get the gauntlet out.
Maybe. I feel like if it was, I don't know. I'm inclined to believe that Gibraltar would be a sooner payload one, but we'll see.
I do not personally think that we would get anything regarding that first cinematic. I might be a little bit of an outlier in thinking this, but I feel that's a tad too vague.
I'm just saying it's a possibility, but no, I would sooner expect one of the other ones.
Yeah, and we know that we're going to be getting different price ranges, so I'm expecting we're probably going to get a $20 set, $30, $60, $80, maybe $100 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably right. Bankruptcy is coming.
Dude, I gotta get rid of I gotta sell like a bunch of sets at this point because I'm gonna forego Lego Marvel for Lego Overwatch.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I got too
Oh man,
many.
if they make a set with Brigitte, I don't care how much it costs. I'm getting it.
Okay, so
I don't need a house.
What if it's $300, Takuma?
I mean, graphics cards are still more expensive than that anyway, so...
What if there are two sets? You have to get both. It has Brigitte split in two. And you have to get both of the sets, to get both halves of Brigitte, and it's a $600 purchase in total.
Peel makes the
You
very
can't
good
see
point
this
and
right
entire
now,
map.
but I'm just disgustedly confused and confusedly disgusted.
And what was that point Peel made?
An entire map, an entire capture point map,
That's not happening.
map full scale replica.
I didn't know about that. But yeah, I think that there is a lot of potential here. Super excited to see it. I know that a lot of people, there are some people that are worried. They're always worried when we get licensed themes like this. And they're like, oh, Lego's just becoming a bunch of licensed themes. And I feel like that's a really interesting discussion we could have kind of in more detail.
That'd be good, because there are a lot of licensed themes nowadays compared to how they used to be, but...
Really?
You know,
There's licensed Lego sets?
a lot of them.
I mean,
Is there?
look at what sells. City licensed themes.
Pretty much, yeah.
And Ninjago.
And Ninjago. But yeah, I mean, like, you don't see so much of, like, your Arctic exploration themes or whatever, or your
Getting rolled up into
space and
City
Martian
pretty much.
themes, Rock Raiders, Power Miners.
We just had a city line with just Arctic Explorers that's come out.
Yeah, they rolled up all the
That's
sub
way
themes
I
into
was gonna
City.
say that went under City, so I don't know. I guess. Does it make a difference if it's Arctic theme or just Arctic stuff in a city theme?
It depends. Like,
Is there a psychological
if
factor
it-
there?
I mean, it's just that if it's within cities or realms, then it's a lot more grounded in reality. But so was the last Arctic themes, so not too much of a difference.
I miss the days of Alpha Team.
Alpha was neat.
Never really got many of the sets, but that last wave with like
Fun.
I will give it to compared to everything we have now. That at least it tried to do something different. You know.
Look at this car X and tell me this is not good. The Inferno Interceptor or whatever. Cars.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool set. That's also a very good size of a set. You know, you're not paying too much, but you're still getting a pretty nice package of parts.
Here's the thing
Wait,
about
those-
I'm not paying a
Overwatch.
lot.
do those
Yeah.
wheels on the front actually turn? They don't look like they would.
You're not
Maybe.
wrong.
No, wait, no. You can see the loose pins holding on the Kopaka shields.
Fair enough.
They've got the light gray pins in there.
To anyone in the chat or in our Patreon audience that might be like, oh, I don't care about Overwatch, I don't play Overwatch, I don't know what Overwatch is about, I'd recommend you try to get into it. Expect a lot of discussion about LEGO Overwatch.
And what a perfect time to do it!
Well,
Overwatch,
if you
aside
haven't
from-
heard about Overwatch at this point, you're actively avoiding it. So
pretty true.
Can you actively avoid something you don't know exists?
Overwatch
you can
is the
actively
only...
avoid something that you know very little about, and then you want to.
Oh yeah,
avoid.
it's different though.
Overwatch is the only thing except for BIONICLE and I guess LEGO that everyone in the group, everyone is into in some capacity. Big or
Except for the
small.
people in our YouTube comments.
Except, well, I mean, like in our group in TTV, even the background people like Zeros, Kazapar, AT, or aren't on podcasts. Everyone is into Overwatch. So the fact that this is a thing, bridging back into LEGO, our other shared hobby, there's a lot of potential there for discussion, for videos. Var already put out his video about like a Pharah mock that was very, very well timed. Pretty great timing on that one, and especially for Fwef. Like, I wish she was on to talk about it, but I'm sure she will be in the future. BIONICLE was like her primary interest, and then it got eclipsed by Overwatch. That kind of like took it over. It used to be like, oh, Fwef likes Zakpan, and now it's like, oh, Fwef likes Reaper. It's like it literally just swapped in and out, and now it's looping back around to LEGO, and I find that fascinating. So, just saying, give it a try. It's a fun game. It's a very fun game, and the sets are going to be excellent, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything
Oh, we're
else?
gonna close it down now.
We got like another 10 minutes before the hour mark, but if we're out of stuff to talk about...
No, let's talk about this little guy right here.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh, I forgot. Okay, I'll get the picture up. Yeah, so there was
All right.
another announcement that was made. We did get a few more BrickHeads revealed, and
Oh boy, licensed and Funko gimmick.
I like BrickHeads, man.
I like
That's
them. I still
okay,
don't
man.
have one. I've bought 3, and they were all for my sister's birthday.
They're cool. I have the Lego Ninjago movie ones and the Lego Batman movie Joker. I do not regret.
They finally put out Star Wars characters in BrickHeads that we actually care about. So they put out Stormtrooper and Darth Vader.
Darth Vader looks really
That looks pretty good.
Really
Darth
good.
Vader looks good. I'm not too big on the Stormtrooper, but they do
Nor
have
am
a really weirdly shaped head.
Stormtrooper looks
But-
like he has a goatee.
But Darth Vader is actually pretty neat looking.
I think
Very
that
Other than that,
the stormtrooper is like heads and tails above Phasma, which is a complete.
Oh, definitely.
oh yeah, definitely. It's a much better attempt at like a helmet shape. So
Yeah, but
I'm tempted.
Actual
the
triangle
Incredibles
tile,
ones.
which is interesting.
no, I think these actually do look pretty good. I'm not gonna get them because I'm not too interested in either BrickHeads or Star Wars, but these look great to me.
Most definitely. I actually do have a slight tangent-related thing to talk about with Star Wars. We mentioned a while back, I think at Toy Fair earlier this year, that there were some Star Wars construction sets that had leaked that we didn't report on because we don't report on leaks. And then later we found out through Toy Fair that the construction sets were supposedly canceled. They weren't on display. There were a few people who were holding out hope, like maybe they're not actually canceled. Maybe that was just an incorrect report. Maybe Star Wars construction will continue in the summer. Just wait and see, guys. Well, it is May. We've gotten reports of essentially what all the summer Star Wars sets will be at this point through leaked sources and official sources like this. And the construction sets are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
So, if there were any people still holding on to hope that they would be released or that particular sub-theme would continue, abandon that hope now. It's not happening.
is construction
Sets
sets
aren't- they're not off shelves. They're still going to sell the residual ones they have. But it's the first time they're not going to be actively produced unless LEGO has a surprise for winter 2019. They're holding on to us for.
okay, I was just like, so if they make construction sets of the Han Solo, that's going to be like the last?
Yep, the Han Solo wave, which is already out on shelves, is the last
Oh,
one.
okay.
Han
I wasn't
Solo,
sure if
Ames
that was a
Trooper,
leak
and
or
Darth
not,
Maul.
so-
Now they're out.
I've not been paying attention a lot to construction Star Wars, but that'll be really sad if those will be the last ones because,
Not the best.
yeah.
We wanted to update anyone who still cares about that. It's my nice little way of not actually talking about leaks, but like I can very easily confirm what doesn't exist, and that does not exist.
I think it's unfortunate. I kind of want to wait and see because, to be fair, there were some other rumors about some other larger Star Wars sets that we also have yet to see. So I think it's worth waiting yet.
Maybe they just got delayed to 2019.
I mean, you joke, but yeah, maybe.
All right.
Because there was another one that was announced. There was a large D2C set for Star Wars, which we have yet to see. And that was the same... it was the same group of things that also revealed the Ninjago City docks. So we know it's credible. So
Fair
I would
enough.
wait. I think once we
Alright,
see
well,
that,
yeah.
and if we don't see any more construction, I think then we can probably put the nail in the coffin there. Lay it
In
to
the coffin.
rest.
We need to do like a video of the construction funeral, and just like pay homage to themes gone by.
Yeah, I feel Kevin Hinkle in the YouTube chat. Yeah, I think he sums it up nicely. Never say never with the Lego group.
True enough. I have hope. One day.
And then AT over in the sponsor chat. I've been secretly hoping Construction would return with a Galador revival.
Yes. I mean, at this point, I would be totally down. CCBS Galador. Bring it. The April Fool's Day creation, Nick Bluetooth, was awesome. I would totally buy stuff like that.
Yeah, then why haven't you seen the show? Or why aren't you going to BrickFeed to go actually meet Nick Bluetooth?
They don't have freaking CCBS sets. They have the abominations they actually made.
Excuse me, did you
They
not
got wrapped
see
to the
Prince
joints.
Galador's Twitter, Meso?
I'm not saying you can't do cool stuff with them. You can do cool stuff with anything. It's my whole speech about BIONICLE being better in the hands of the fans than LEGO. But the sets as it is aren't good.
Okay, listen here, pal. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use a quote you use with me all the time. Do you like your excuses scrambled or sunny side up?
How's that an excuse?
Not going
Also,
to go
you
see
didn't get the quote
Nick
right.
Bluetooth. And, I had a creative spin on it. Goodness.
Is it an excuse or an incentive?
Well,
What is my incentive to go see the voice actor?
first of all, act.
Moreover, what is my incentive to watch the show? Is it cyclical? If I watch the show, I could meet the voice actor, but why would I meet the voice actor? So, because I watched the show. It's like, this goes around the road. There has to be like a third point on that road, and that would be, because there's cool sets, but they don't freaking exist.
Someone's
They brought it back.
Someone's
Maybe.
just a hater. A potato hater. I don't know
I
what
happen to
potatoes
enjoy potatoes a good bit, good sir.
Oh yeah, well, if you enjoy
Only-
potatoes so much, why don't you just move to Idaho then, huh? Or discount Idaho, which is called Ireland, I hear. That's right.
Wow.
That's right. You don't have a response, meaning checkmate, buddy. I
I'm
win this
simply shaking my head
conversation.
in
I'm not
disappointment.
sure that one was worthy of a response, though.
Eljay and I also had our massive Twitter debate over In-N-Out and Five Guys burgers and fries. Five Guys has better French fries, better potatoes.
No, and no. Where does
Yes,
Five Guys
yes.
get their potatoes?
Don't actually know.
Under your
Probably-
bed, probably. What a
Wow.
mess.
Okay, so
You're
think I
clean
know.
in there?
here, I'm gonna look this up.
Don't
In
quote me,
out
but I think I know.
French fries. Alright, let me see. In-N-Out, where do they get the potatoes?
Is this brick feed or grease feed?
Grease feed.
Alright.
Yeah.
Are we still live?
Yeah.
I missed the part where this is relevant.
It's really listen. It's just Eljay and I debating still.
Were you guys talking about potato? What?
I'm trying to figure out where
Can't
they
even
get...
find anything on In-N-Out because they're
I thought
cowards.
BrickFeed
They
was
won't
gonna
How dare you!
die.
How dare you call them
Different
cowards?
deal.
They are brave! They are out there giving us quality food in fantastic quantities. You know what? I went to a stinking Five Guys and Fries one time, and guess what? They didn't have
You're
anything
getting
I could
fired,
eat.
right?
They didn't have anything I could eat. You lied to me. You said they had something gluten-free. They didn't. So guess what? I didn't
Because
have
you went
anything
to
to eat
Five
there,
Guys and
buddy.
fries instead of burgers
But
and fries.
I
you
could
pleb.
go to an In-N-Out. I could be like, hey, hook me up with some of them great foods. And they'd be like, here you go, have some of our great foods, and I'll enjoy that. And be like, yeah, this is the place. Better than Five Guys.
Listen, if I go to In-N-Out, I go in, I go out, nothing memorable happens. in between.
Exactly. No, you go in, you get your food.
so-
You don't have to
it's so
sit
forgettable.
there. You don't have to sit there in a restaurant with people you don't know. You can go on with your day. You can have an adventure
Sounds
while
like a
eating
very
a great
antisocial
meal
thing to
somewhere
say,
else.
Eljay.
You don't need to sit
Sounds like
there
a
all
very
cramped and being like,
antisocial thing.
I gotta eat my food and I have to stay here like in a stinking
You
Five
don't have to
Guys.
stay. You can leave at Five Guys. You can take your food with you.
Yeah,
to
with
go
your
order.
unmemorable
Shut
food.
up!
Okay, listen here,
Chick-fil-A
Grandpa.
is the
We're
best
having a
thing
philosophical
ever.
conversation about the best fast food
yeah.
joint in the entire country,
Hold
in
up,
the
hold up,
world.
hold up.
What?
I prefer Five Guys. Eljay prefers In-N-Out. X prefers Chick-fil-A. What do you prefer?
I prefer zero guys talking about food right now, so you two can both shut your yaps before I put you in a timeout.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay, listen here. I'm gonna take my In-N-Out burger and
Hashtag
break your
Takuma
knees.
for BrickFeed. Hashtag Takuma for BrickFeed host.
God, I thought this was going to be different from the TTV podcast. I thought there was going to be structure. I thought we were going to talk about Lego.
Well,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
here.
Nonsense. I could
It
have
is
got
when I'm the host.
Kevin Hinkle on the YouTube chat. Save this discussion. Which do you prefer? Tell us, kind sir.
And tell us
For
why it's
what?
In-N-Out burger.
And tell me why it's Five Guys burgers and
In-N-Out burger.
Five Guys burgers and fries.
In-N-Out burger.
Which burger would make
Okay,
the best
that's another
Lego
thing.
set?
The name is way better.
Yes!
No!
Kevin! Ah! on, guys. This is Victor followed by Chick-fil-A. Not a fan of In-N-Out.
All right.
How
voted
could
yes.
you?
Thank you very much,
That's
Mr.
a really weird way of saying
No!
one.
Chick-fil-A. Alright, I'm just gonna walk my victory lap.
No!
Send this out with
Kevin!
a bang.
You were the chosen one.
LJ, shut up. The Hink ain't no fink. Okay?
Oh!
What he says goes.
That's what they say, you know.
Don't worry though. I'll get you back. I'll get you back in August when I present you the greatest pizza man has ever created.
So you didn't make it.
This has been the BrickFeed podcast. Thank you very much for listening. We hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, subscribe if you want to see more content, comment below with your recommendations and suggestions, and head over to Patreon if you want to see shirts and become a part of our live studio audience. This week's shout out it's Kevin A. Hinkle, who's also a patron. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Eljay.
I am Messinak, and I am right.
Oh, I'm Takuma Noob, and if you guys don't quit, I'm going to turn this podcast around and go home.
That was the
Alright,
XX
the
Trooper.
XX Trooper.
There he is. Thank you all very much. We'll see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, man, I'm never doing BrickFeed again.
Come back next